Video 14. Getting there. Wow. What do you drink? I got tea today in my thermos. That's a friend of mine. Everyone who reads it must converse. YouTube channel. That's the guy who inspired me to start making videos. Check it out. And he inspired me to start reading more challenging books and to become a better reader. So, check it out. Can you scan that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Tell me, did it work? Can you scan it? Anyway, I should get going. When I was drinking, sounds like I've stopped for ages, but it hasn't been that long at all. But I used to get gout all the time. And today I felt a little tingling feeling in the gout area. So, is it the detoxing, maybe? Sending some stuff down to the gout area? I don't think I'll be getting gout though. It's just letting me know it's there. Cheers. What are you drinking? Let me know in the comments. Here we go tonight. We're talking about sex. Video 14, here we go. All my senses are awkward. Sex is more fantastic than ever. Carrie. And she's an alcohol experiment participant. Maybe she's no, I read that wrong. It's not her senses are awkward. The glasses. All my senses are awakened. Sex is more fantastic than ever. Thanks, Kerry. Maybe we will get better sex. I don't want to know. Don't put that in the comments. Yes. Annie says, I'm going there. Why? Because this was a major barrier for me, says Annie. I was convinced that I needed a few glasses of wine to get in the mood, and I was terrified of sober sex. Where's my bookshelf? Were you wondering where my bookshelf was? I'm not home. I'm out, but I still have to do this video. For work, sometimes I stay in hotels. So, I miss my books. Do you miss my books? I'm rambling. She was feeling like she needed to have a few glasses of wine to get in the mood for sex. I'll tell you all about my personal experience. Here we go. But first, let's have a look at what the science says. Safe sex. Let's get safe sex out of the way before we dig into the juicier stuff. The truth is that sex is not much fun if it results in unwanted pregnancy or STDs. Not much fun at all. Studies show that women are more likely to sleep with someone they don't feel comfortable with and less likely to use condom after they've been drinking. And men are more likely to misinterpret a woman's signals, if she's interested, if she's not, which can lead to all sorts of unwanted situations and consequences. Alcohol, testosterone, and the libido. Drinking reduces testosterone levels in both men and women. We've probably all heard of or been in situations where men can't perform because he drunk too much. This is why, in one study done on rats, their testicles decreased by 50% when they were fed a steady diet of ethanol. And yes, ethanol is the same thing that is in both your gas tank and that bottle of tequila. One tequila, two tequila hit the floor. A reduction in testosterone for men means some pretty unpleasant side effects like shrinking testes, breast enlargement, get the man boobies, fatigue, lower libido, decreased sperm production. So if you're thinking of having kids, keep the sperm count up. Cutting down alcohol will help. And of course, like we just talked about, erectile dysfunction caused by alcohol. In women, low testosterone can be responsible for some pretty unsexy side effects, including hair loss, weight gain, fatigue, disrupted sleep, depression, and anxiety. It's not very sexy. But that's not the worst of it. Reduced testosterone in women is also responsible for decreased libido as well, and a condition called anorgasmia, which is the inability to have orgasms. Alcohol reduces the testosterone in women and can cause anorgasmia. Sorry, girls. It's maybe not because he's not performing. Sorry. That's no fun, is it? Reduced testosterone is not the only way that alcohol affects libido. As the amount of alcohol in the body increases, the brain's ability is impaired and less able to sense sexual stimulation. Further, as a depressant, alcohol affects libido by interfering with the parts of the nervous system that are essential for arousal and orgasm, including circulation, respiration, and the sensitivity of nerve endings. I think you need some sensitivity in those nerve endings to be having the fun sex and heading towards orgasmic experiences. According to the Mayo Clinic, alcohol is common cause of erectile dysfunction, like we said before. This is for the two reasons. First, dehydration can lead to an increase in the hormone that is associated with erectile dysfunction, angiotensin, whatever that is. But we'll get more of that chemical and it will not help in that area. Dehydration also causes a decrease in blood volume, which makes it more difficult to both get and maintain an erection. Alcohol also causes circulatory issues, which means that no matter how much a man wants sex, alcohol can make it physically impossible to sustain or even get the erection to start with. Whew. The bottom line, no matter whether you are a man or a woman, is that while alcohol may lessen those inhibitions to maybe fall in bed, it will decrease the ability to become aroused and actually do something when you get there. Not to mention your enjoyment, which leads to sober sex is truly better sex. Yes, I know you might find that hard to believe. I surveyed hundreds of people who have taken part in the alcohol experiment, and the truth is, sober sex is better sex. Your brain is receiving the full impact and unimpeded information from those senses. And those senses are actually heightened rather than numbed. Wow. I had no idea sex could feel that good, she says. When I was drinking, I rarely remembered it the next day, and I certainly don't remember having the level of pure physical enjoyment that sex now brings. And all the science backs this up. Back it up. You are literally more in touch with your body when you aren't drinking and more present to the experience. Being present with your partner is quite important to make it a bit more of a fun journey. The signals your nerves send are stronger without alcohol, meaning not only are orgasms stronger and possible, but also it is easier to have one, or many. Have a few. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here are some recent posts in the alcohol experiment community about sober sex. Tracy, my second day alcohol free. I had the best sex in my life. I have been sold on my being alcohol free from that point on. From the good sex, she's like, no more alcohol. That's it. I'm sold. Sober sex is the best, says Kelly. I had been so long since I'd had sex sober, I've forgotten how much I really enjoyed it. Ooh. Kim, completely agree on sober sex being better, so much easier and quicker to, I'll just say it, orgasm. La 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 la, laugh out loud. Finally, feel like sex doesn't have to be a chore with the husband, but actually look forward to it now. Wow, the girls are getting a bit frisky off the alcohol. It's no longer a chore. Laurie, right. Sober sex is one of my main motivations for staying sober. The sex things really turn some of these girls around. Things in the bedroom have gotten fun again. Thanks, Laurie. And the best part, you get to find this out yourself. Okay. How to get in the mood. Yes, it's true that alcohol does lower our inhibitions, while this leads to all sorts of unpleasant things, like sleeping with someone you just met or don't even really like. It can also be difficult to get in the mood if you aren't used to sex without drinking. Here are a few things you can do to get in the mood. These may sound obvious, but wait until you get to know someone enough that you trust them enough to want to have sex. This is another huge benefit of sober sex. The people we have sex with are actually people we like and actually people we want to have sex with. Sexy massage is an amazing way to calm your nerves and get in the mood. Get out that massage oil. It awakens the senses, sends relaxing signals throughout the body and brain, and allows you to get into the moment, be in the moment, just being with each other. And that will create the mood. Not to get too personal, but I recommend warm oil and candlelight. Set the tone. Maybe some scents as well. Use all the senses of your body, like the mood candles, nice music, some candles got some lovely scent, communicate. Again, this may be no-brainer, but communicate. It's amazing how little we actually communicate during sex. Let your partner know what you want and what you like. Don't just pretend. If they're doing something good, send signals that they're doing good and they'll know what to repeat next time. Everyone's different. They're learning new techniques maybe. And if they're doing something not right, don't just say, a little bit harder, softer. You coach them. Talk through any anxieties you have. Open, honest communication is truly sexy. Don't wait to be in the mood. This is the biggest barriers to sober sex. Women especially often get in the mood after they are being touched. So choosing to be there, relaxing in it, then you may get in the mood as a female. After that nice massage or a bath together, if you wait until you're in the mood, not only will you create more fear around sober sex. Yeah, so if you wait till you're in the mood, you'll maybe create more fear. But you will also reinforce your beliefs that alcohol is vital for sex. So you need to choose to try this sober sex. The truth is that nothing can influence your subconscious mind more like our own experiences, and by showing up and giving yourself the experience of sober sex may be different, feels different at the beginning, but having the experience, you'll be like, okay. It can be easily and enjoyably prove to yourself that everything I am saying is true. Everything Annie's saying, okay. The great thing is that by doing it a few times, your body will remember what it is made for, and like everything else, you will decouple the belief that alcohol is necessary for sex. So if you have tied those two things together, your body is not used to, maybe. Realizing you don't need alcohol to have sex can be a major aphrodisiac. It will heighten. Reflections for some people. Meg says, the sex thing was a huge issue for me. I'd spent most of my life using alcohol to get in the mood. I avoided it as long as I could, but you can only do that so long. Then I found that I was even initiating at times, like in the morning or early afternoon, which for me made those first non-drinking sexual moments much easier and more enjoyable. They didn't trigger me to drink, and I am happy to report that it gets so much better. You start feeling so much more. JK. Wow, I'm smiling and thinking about how I will feel when I have sober sex. I really won't know till it happens. And I swear I'll be true to myself and not fake anything. Don't be faking. That may end up being a good or bad thing with my husband. I don't know. Thanks, JK. Kaz, better sex? Question mark. How awesome! Exclamation mark. I have been fortunate to have an amazing love sex partner for 43 years. The sex was always good. How much better might it have been without anesthesia or alcohol? Wow, that's a sexy thought. In itself, no regret involved. Thanks, Kaz. Erin, biggest milestone yet. Spent a week at my mountain house and went to the saloon Friday night. I'm known as a big wine drinker, party girl there amongst all the friends. Didn't catch too much flack. My husband always complained that when I drank, he couldn't get me to go home. Well, stone cold sober for this first time with my old buds, and he still couldn't get me to leave. I had more fun than ever. And surprisingly, the sex was amazing when he finally got her home, I think, or maybe on the way home, I don't know. Thank you, Annie, from Erin. There we go. This is a shorter chapter than normal. The sexy chapter. Thanks for joining me. I'll be doing this again tomorrow, of course. I'm doing fine. I am feeling more connected and fog-free in the brain. I've been connecting with people a lot easier. I've been reading situations There was this guy that I came across, and he was grunting at me. But I thought, well, he wasn't communicating. He just, and I thought he's really grumpy. I'll just keep being nice and keep my tone friendly rather than giving back what he was giving me. And then he relaxed, and I worked out that he couldn't speak English. He only knew a few words. He was trying to just dismiss me, but I needed to get some information from him. And when he realized that I was trying to help, he relaxed, and we managed to get through. And then at the end, he shook my hand and he said, "You, my friend." So if I was hungover, I would not have dealt with it so friendly. I know I would have just dismissed him, and I would not have helped him in a situation where he needed help. So it has affected my life, not drinking already, and so I'll keep going. And even just doing these videos, I've found that I'm more relaxed, and I used to pre-read things before I did videos, and just going by the fly and not knowing what I'm going to read is helping me. Yep, so staying mindful in the midst of chaos. That's tomorrow, and I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me again. Let me know how you're going. Like I always say, I'm doing these videos for me, keeping myself accountable, sending it out to the world. If someone else uses these to, someone who doesn't normally read but will watch videos, I'm letting this book impact you. A friend told me this book was really good. It caused him to stop reading, so I knew it was going to be a good book from his recommendation. So it caused me to go, all right, I'm putting faith in this book. I'm going to do videos. I knew it was going to impact me because he was raving about it. And he's been alcohol-free ever since reading this book. He's going on walks daily. And yeah. So if you're not a reader, I'm glad you found these videos. If you would like to be a reader, follow my channel. Read books with me. Follow my friend's channel. Everyone who reads it must converse. Or another book thing I follow is at Brothers and Books. Bunch of guys who read together. The world's coolest book club. It's an Australian guy. He created this book club. Its slogan is read a book and tell your story. It's about guys in the front line, so more about police, army, ambulance guys reading. And he does a reading challenge every year, which I tend to do. So follow him on Instagram. They have a YouTube channel as well. So these guys have helped me become a better reader. I definitely would not have been able to read like this and do these videos without me consciously choosing to find other guys who are readers. So you tend to be like who you hang around with. If you want to become better at something, find someone who's already doing it well. And just by hanging around them, you pick up their mindsets. They're reading books around you. They're giving you ideas for what books to read. And it's helped me to become a good reader. Yeah, but that's my journey of book reading. Find me amongst these clubs. Book club for guys. At Brothers and Books. Everyone who reads it must converse. YouTube channel. He's also on Instagram at everyone who reads. Booyah. Anyway, enough of my rambling at the end about books. I'll see you tomorrow.